Beyond illegal immigrants, fentanyl also continues to cross the border, taking American lives and fueling the opioid crisis. With President-elect Donald Trump returning to the White House, how should America secure its borders? To help unpack this, NTD's Tiffany Meier spoke with Bradley Thayer, founding member of the Committee on Present Danger China and co-author of Understanding the China Threat.
Bradley Thayer, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you back on the show.
It's my pleasure to join you again, Tiffany. Thank you.
The opioid addiction we are seeing there. When it comes to, say, working with China, we've heard of working groups being set up in China, but many have mentioned, I think you've also said on our show in the past, that Xi Jinping could shut that down right now if he wanted to, as in fentanyl coming across. But that also seems to be part of this weaponization that we are seeing. When it comes to solutions, so what is the solution here to ending, say, fentanyl, but also illegal Chinese immigration?
Well, coercive measures have to be taken. Pressure has to be brought to bear on the Chinese regime, on Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party directly. The Biden-Harris administration will not do that. And certainly President Harris would not, were she elected on November 5th. And so to stop fentanyl, to stop this weaponization of immigration, to deal with the nature of the threat from Chinese Communist Party is going to require a change in administration. Biden administration worked hand in glove in large measure with the Chinese regime, and it's quite logical to expect that Harris will too.
You do have two books out, Understanding the China Threat and Embracing Communist China, What America Got Wrong. What would you like to see in terms of policy when it comes to China?
I'd like to see the end of engagement with China and recognition that the Chinese Communist Party is an existential threat to the United States. The United States needs to formulate a strategy of victory over the Chinese Communist Party and execute that strategy of victory over the Chinese Communist Party so that they're removed from power and so that the Chinese people are going to be able to live in accord with the principles that they themselves realize, that they themselves determine, rather than dealing with really a product of Soviet imperialism. Again, the Chinese Communist Party is a product of the Soviet Union and of Soviet imperialist product. And so we need to recognize the regime is illegitimate. It's in fact a colonial government, right? In fact, it's essentially, again, put in power by the Soviet Union. So focusing on the Chinese Communist Party is what the Trump administration needs to do, with a Reagan-esque strategy of we win and they lose, so that the Chinese people can be ruled by the political principles that are in accord with Chinese philosophy and Chinese political history.
Bradley Thayer, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure, Tiffany. Thank you very much.